Hello everyone, and it has finally happened. Someone has been expelled from the ANC, and that someone, of course, is Carl Niehaus, which really leaves us with one question. We're really concerned about the diversity, equality, and agenda of the ANC, because unfortunately, Byron, as you well know, Carl Niehaus was like the last white in the ANC, and now he's been expelled. So we should get the South African Human Rights Commission to implore and expose the systemic racism within the ANC. I think that's only fair and correct. What do you think?
So this is obviously the story that Carl Niehaus has been expelled from the ANC because of the peaceful protest last year. You may all recall the Durban riots, which saw no private property damage whatsoever, in a peaceful protest against the incarceration of Jacob Zuma. So that peaceful protest had Carl Niehaus standing in the front of the gates of Nkandla, and as a result, when the police came up, Carl Niehaus said they could take Zuma over his dead body.
Just hold on. I need to butt in here because you said it wrong. It's not Nkandla, it's Nkandla. You must follow what Jacob Zuma says. It's Nkandla. It's not your weird white way of saying it. So just be proper, please. Others, the fact checkers, will be on us.
Whenever I talk about my country, we always know that we have to speak with the local accents. So, yeah, I understand. Thank you, Ramon, for correcting my local accent. Anyway, apparently the cameras that saw Cole do this and some of the other, should we say, riotous type activities that he engaged in felt that wasn't a good look for the ANC. Apparently you can steal loads of money, you can bankrupt the nation, you can enforce loads of bullshit ideas, but shouldn't make the ANC look bad, especially when it comes through to Zuma. So they've expelled him.
Yeah, so I think it's important just to go through the actual charges. He was found guilty of 6 charges and 6 counts of charges, and I'm using the word count very loosely here. Basically, he was talking about, he has like a freedom of speech issue, right? Where, for example, he said at Nkandla, he told the media in July last year, before the peaceful protest, that no one can let Msholozi go to jail. Never. And according to the ANC, that statement rejected the separation between party and the state and consequently could not interfere with the judicial arm of the state. Now, I'm sorry. The ANC is worried about Carl Niehaus shitting on the judiciary. That's what the ANC does for a hobby. For free, forever. State capture is from third forces. The Constitutional Court are a bunch of lackeys for Western liberalism when they find Jacob Zuma guilty of something. They basically fired Carl Niehaus for doing the most ANC thing of all, which is to not separate the state and the judiciary. It's like, how can you fire someone for doing something that you do all the time?
Yeah, I think it's curious, but as we've now seen, and we've heard allegations come out, the ANC has been run like a mafia-based organization, which apparently is news to somebody, but not news to us. Apparently, it's okay when we do it, but it's not okay when you do it, because when Zuma did it during his era, they were more than happy for Zuma to go around and do whatever the hell he wanted to. If he wanted to purge himself of Mbeki-type supporters and neoliberals, well, that was all good and fine, but it's not okay when the ANC do it to the, should we say now, the Zuma faction. The Zuma faction, or the RET faction, which, as everybody knows, we don't believe actually exists, is now fighting a deeply fierce battle against Ramaphosa, specifically because Ramaphosa is fighting a battle for his political survival. The Wicked Witch of the West, Dlamini Zuma, the one that says that you can't smoke, now saying that she now wants Ramaphosa impeached. She wants the report to be adopted and she wants him to disappear. The fact that she may or may not be running at the conference is immaterial. How dare you make those allegations? Obviously, she's only doing an objective job. And we're now seeing Lindile Sisulu, the love child of absolutely no one, is now saying that she also wants the report put together. But apparently democracy is not really what the ANC want. What they actually want is that you must just follow what you're told to do. In this instance, that's exactly what Carl Niehaus did not do. He did not follow orders, and as a result, he has been purged.
And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, SatStacker from Bitvice. Let's be honest, Bitcoin is by far the best performing asset of the last decade, and a lot of people are using Bitcoin to hedge themselves against government overreach and fiat currency debasement, otherwise known as inflation. And that's why the guys over at Bitvice have developed their latest product, SatStacker. Essentially, you set a debit order, you accumulate Bitcoin every single month. Your Bitcoin won't be on an exchange, it won't be in anyone's hands, it will be directly deposited into your private wallet. So accumulate Bitcoin today, and every single month you set the price, you set the frequency, SatStacker does all the rest. In order to get started, click the link in the description below. But Byron, fundamentally, right? So think about it. So the ANC shit on the judiciary all the time. The ANC loves Jacob Zuma all the time. They are firing Carl Niehaus for doing what the ANC does. So the only thing one can actually deduce from all of this is it's not that Carl Niehaus is guilty of something. It's the fact that he's been expelled because he's white. And I'm being deadly serious here. We should go to the Labour Court for racism. We should go to the Human Rights Commission. We should go to the Equality Court. Carl Niehaus has done the most ANC thing possible, which is to be a puss, and he was fired for it. Everyone else is a puss, but they're not white, and they're not fired for it. Clear case of discrimination, my friend. The clearest case under the sun.
If you actually look at the ANC's genetic makeup right now, there's no real whites in the party. Historically, the ANC were a black nationalist party, and historically, the reason that they joined with the South African Communist Party in the first place was so that the ANC itself could adopt the notion of the Rainbow Nation or non-racialism. The ANC traditionally was actually a black nationalist party. It's very interesting now to see that we should all be thanking the freaking commies for non-racialism. Who knew? We actually need more communist policy in the country, not less. Go figure.
Well, I mean, funny enough, sorry to interrupt you, but the SACP knew very well that the communist revolution could only happen when a lot more people partook in it. That's why they didn't have any sort of racial thing. If you go back to the Bolsheviks even, they were very non-racist, and that's why they helped a lot of liberation fighters and struggle heroes in Africa for the most part, to win that racism debate, but also they knew very well color in class doesn't really matter. The more you have, the better it is. So it's just easier to be anti-racist rather than focus on racial lines for the most part. I mean, ironically, the Soviet Union was extremely racist towards people who were not white during the period of time, but they were quite happy to fund and host non-white struggle heroes during the course of the 60s and 70s. But dear viewers, let us know down in the comments down below. Do you think the ANC is inherently racist for firing Carl Niehaus? We would love to hear your thoughts. And before we go, like and subscribe. We keep forgetting to say that, so see you tomorrow.